Yeah, we're on Group 19, which is the invisible adaptations from Hamlet to the Avengers. So what we're really trying to work on is trying to track not direct adaptations in literature across time, but like more invisible changes. So the best example that we can give usually is like you have movies like, or you have plays like Hamlet, and then you have movies like The Lion King and Black Panther, which you wouldn't consider adaptations, but when you look at the main story elements of them, they're very similar to the point where you would say that they are an invisible adaptation. So what we're really trying to do is develop an algorithm, a program that can sort through, if you give it a text, what the invisible adaptations of that are.
Yeah, so like the first week when we started, it was a lot of like reading about what an adaptation is and what makes up plot. So from there we like sort of created our own group understanding of like what components of plot do we think are essential that like could turn into an adaptation. And so going into the project, me personally, I wasn't like, it sounded cool, like invisible adaptations, but I didn't really understand what went into adapting a plot. And so throughout our like meetings, we've decided there's like X, Y, and Z components that we want to like make sure we hit in our main plot. So for Hamlet, we like figured out some of the like key components that we thought were important to the plot, like revenge or like betrayal. And so we kind of worked from there. So it has adapted for me at least.
I think that we've stuck pretty close to what our original goal was supposed to be. I do think that one thing that impressed me, I guess, with the direction that we decided to take was we chose to not just try to analyze the primary text itself, but to also analyze secondary sources and like scholarly analysis and factor that as a variable into our program that we're creating in determining whether or not that something is an adaptation. And I thought that was a cool, exciting like twist that we took on the project.